Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Every Thursday we talk hiking, backpacking, travel, and gear. If you love those things like I do, then please consider subscribing to the channel. Now recently I published a video on my favorite gear items from 2021. Many of you asked about my Garmin Fenix GPS watch and how I use it in the backcountry. Now one viewer specifically asked how it knew when I was off trail. This week I'm going to share some of the planning and pre-trip work I do to effectively navigate when solo in the backcountry. Hey, it's usually about this time of year that I start planning my big backpacking trips for the summer. Now I'm looking at a couple big backpacking trips in the mountains, and once I decide on a few options, I turn to Gaia GPS. I have a paid membership, which gives a lot of great options, but there's a great free version too. So go to GaiaGPS.com to get started. In the search bar, you can narrow the map down for what you're looking for. Now, once you have the area you'll be hiking in on the screen, click on the route button in the left-hand side menu and create a new route. You can give it a descriptive name now or change it any time in the process. Click on your starting point on the map. For this hike, I'll be starting at the Vista Lake Trailhead in Banff National Park. Then click your finish point or even a waypoint along the trail. Now I'll be stopping at the Shadow Lake Backcountry Campground for a break and to tour around and have a look before going on to the Ball Pass Junction. I'll probably spend the night there and do some short hikes the following day. Note that the total distance and ascent are listed in the upper left corner under the route name. I think I'll rename this route now. Now that's it. Save it from here and it's stored in your saved routes. Gaia has lots of saved routes from other hikers too, but I like to create my own. I think I'll go ahead and create my day 2 route now as well. So go back to routes in the side menu and select your start point. For day 2, I'll be starting back at the Ball Pass Junction Campground and heading to Egypt Lake. It's a shorter hike, so my plan is to get up early, set up camp at the Egypt Lake Campground, and day hike without my backpack. Now zoom in on the map for some closer detail. You'll find your ending point and click on it. That's pretty much it. Make sure the route follows the trail on the map. Now I'm going to save this one and create one more route for a day hike from the campground. So back to routes, create a new route, click on the campground, and zoom in to find an ending spot. Now I've hiked Healy Pass before, but being so close I want to head back up there because the 360-degree views are outstanding. Now I'm going to click a random spot along the trail for my endpoint and save the route. I don't like this color, so I'm going to go here and change it. Now once I've got my trail with the distance I want, I'll save it again. You can use other features here too, like sharing files. Now if someone sends you a file, you can import it here and then create or add to it. On the left side, you can create layers for the maps or print a paper copy for the folks back home. Now once your routes are created, you click on your account icon in the upper right-hand corner. From here you have lots of options where you can manage your account, edit your profile, save maps, but right now we're going to view our routes. It will open up this new screen and you can see the 3 new routes we just created. I'm going to select these 3 and add them to a file. It'll be easier to find them later. So click on New Folder and create a name. Let's call it Egypt Lake. Now once the file's created, we can view all 3 routes together on the map and it'll combine the stats for distance and total ascent. You can rename your routes here if you choose, or you can toggle the routes on and off the map. This is where you can share the folder. Now the last thing to do before we move over to the Garmin Connect site is to download the GPS file. Click on this arrow up here in the left corner that says Data. Now there's 3 types of files you can download, but I only use the .gpx files for my Garmin watch. Click it and decide to open it or save it. You can try to open it, but you'll need special software to read the file. Don't worry about that, just save it. Make sure you save to a place that you'll remember because you'll need these files later. Select Browse and select a folder if necessary. Now while it's downloading, I can try to open it, and you'll see that I don't require software to open it in order to use it later. Now we're going to import these files to a Garmin device, my Fenix 5S watch. If you don't already have a Garmin account, you'll have to create one and sign in at connect.garmin.com. On the left-hand side menu, click on the arrow beside Training for the pull-down menu. Now from the pull-down menu, select Courses. Sometimes you'll be prompted to turn on location services. It's your personal preference, but I usually accept. Under the blue Create a Course button, hit Import. This will bring up the file menu. You can drag and drop your .gpx file we just created, or you can hit Browse to locate the file and hit Open to load your file, and then hit the blue button Get Started. Select a course type from the drop-down menu. I usually choose hiking because that's what I do. You'll see that the file we just created on Gaia will now be on the Garmin map. See the start and end point? You can choose to view the course on the default map or the satellite map, or to view the terrain up here in the upper right-hand corner. Note that the import route does not match perfectly with the trail on the default Garmin map. Now from experience, I trust the Gaia route much more than the Garmin map. But normally the trail's well marked, and the watch will alert you when it takes you off your chosen course. Name the course and save it. You can choose to loop to start, or take an out and back, or even freehand off of the trail if you like. Back in the course menu, you can hit Expand to see more details on both distance and elevation. See how when you scroll over the line here, it corresponds with the part of the route that you planned. And once you're satisfied, hit Send to Device. Now I'll quickly go back to the Gaia GPS site and download the .gpx files for the other two routes. The routes are already saved under your profile, either routes or folders, for you to easily locate them. Find the route, hit the data arrow, and continue through the save process. Now I've got to go back and do the same for the other route as well. Now that I've saved all three routes, I can go back to Garmin Connect to import the other two files. Note how quickly I can import the file. Once imported, it goes directly to the new course. I rename it and expand the course to review the trail distance and elevation. Once satisfied, I can save the course. Now before I go to my device to sync with my watch, I usually do a little housekeeping. I go back to the full list of courses and choose and edit my favorites by clicking on the stars on the right side of the course name. It'll be easier to locate them on your Garmin device later, which ones to sync to your device. Now to sync these two to your device, I use the Garmin Connect app on my iPhone. Go to the app and find Courses. Click on Favorites to easily find the new courses. From here, you can again select the type of map by hitting this button in the upper left corner. To send it to my watch, I click on the three dots in the upper right corner and hit Send to Device. I must repeat the process for each of the three routes, and the next time I turn on my watch within a Wi-Fi zone, it'll sync with my phone and download the courses. Now when I hike, I start up the course and it measures the distance remaining as I hike, and it notifies me when I go off course. Now the screen's pretty small on the watch, but it's adequate for looking around if I'm trying to save the battery on my phone. Otherwise, I just pull out my phone and explore with the Gaia GPS map. I always bring a topographical map and a compass for emergency purposes, but generally the Gaia Garmin combo serves me really well out in the field. So that's it for this week, guys. Why don't you leave your questions down below in the comments or reach out on social media. You'll find me on Facebook and Instagram. Till next week, I'll see you guys on the trail. It's Papa Steve on the move.